In this video, I'm going to be making a spooky season cardigan. Somehow, I was lucky enough to be able to go on Joann's website and order 6 of the new spooky season Big Twist value yarn, and I am so excited. This yarn is literally me in a Halloween yarn. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got oranges, blacks, purples, some grays. Very amazing and very spooky. I wanted this cardigan to be perfect, so I even decided to do a test swatch to make sure that it was going to fit exactly how I wanted it to, and kind of played around to make sure I had the right hook size. All in all, I decided to go with this mesh stitch, which just double crochets with a chain in between each one. It still has some holes to it, but it's not going to be like extremely crazy or anything. And I'm using a 5mm hook to do this. Even by just working up the chain for my body panel, I was already in love with this yarn and knew it was going to be one of my new favorites. Right here, I'm just pulling on it to show you that there are kind of like sections of orange within the yarn, so it's not all evenly distributed. And you're gonna get some good chunks of orange, but I love this shade. I also decided to keep you guys entertained that I was going to time myself to see how long it would take for me to finish this. Here I was starting working it up, watching alt knots. Kayla originally came up with a sweater that was very similar with this yarn, and that's where I got inspired to do it. And here we were. I gave you guys a couple little time updates. This was an hour in, and right here you can really see that color. I love the fact that there's like 2 different shades of like a jack-o'-lantern-y orange, and here you can see kind of like the clumps of it with little hints of purple, which is my favorite color if you didn't know, and a lot of black as well. You can't see it very well here, but there are sections of black worked into it. It really feels like a spooky night. This yarn is unfortunately sold out. I really hope that they restock, but last year was very similar to this where they had very limited amounts of this yarn. But anyways, if you guys want to see a fun crochet with me vlog of me making this amazing spooky cardigan, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so ignore how I look right now, but I haven't talked yet today to the camera, so I figured I would pick up and talk to you. I just got home from work. I wanted to share that earlier before I went to work, I did 2 hours and 4 minutes. This is what we got out of one skein. Now keep in mind it's only 269 yards. They're a little smaller than a regular skein. I also think I made it a little too big, but we're gonna roll with it. I first only did like 89 chains or something, and it was way too small, so I was like, okay, I need to add more. And then I went and added however many was it more. I did 119 chains plus 1 whenever I turned, so it's very big, but I want it to be oversized. So out of what I've got so far, I'm not going to work on it anymore tonight. I definitely need it to be longer. It only goes about down past my chest a little. I do want it to be more of a cropped feel to it, but not extremely cropped. I also think I'm going to not do a front and a back separately and then attach them. I'm just going to work this as the back panel, and then when I get to where I want the shoulders to be, I'm just going to decrease and make a little bit of a V-neck and then make the panels. I'll show you later if that doesn't make any sense, but colors look beautiful. I mean, I kind of already expected what it was going to look like because I've already seen somebody work up this exact stitch with this yarn, but it's beautiful. The oranges, the fact that there's just a subtle amount of purple. Purple is like my favorite color. I don't have a favorite color, but if I had to pick a color, it would probably be purple. And so the fact that there's just little bits of purple scattered through it, I love it. It is a majority of black and orange, which I love. It's giving jack-o'-lantern, and it's like 2 different shades. I love it if you can't tell. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end off for tonight, and we will pick this back up tomorrow morning. Talked in quite some time. The clips that you guys just saw were from Friday, and now it's currently Monday, so I don't know where this week has gone. It's been basically a week since I started this, and what you guys saw was all I have done. I'm honestly really surprised on how less of yarn that I've used than I thought I would. So as you guys saw, I think I showed it, I have 4 hours and 46 minutes that have been put into making this. I don't know, I was going really slow Friday when I worked on it, but I've only used 2 skeins so far, so that's really good. It's gonna be cropped, so it is a little short, and I have the front panel done here, so I literally just crocheted along and just kind of went and continued. So I made the back panel and then just went in, I think it was 37 stitches, and just worked back and forth on the panel. In case you're confused on what I was saying, my back panel had 120 stitches, so 120 and a half would be 60 stitches per panel, but I wanted to make a V-shaped neckline, meaning I would have to increase. I started with 37 stitches at the top, and every other row would be an increase. I repeated that pattern until row 19 since the cardigan was 33 rows total. Then 19 through 33 had no increases with 53 stitches per row. That's how it came out, and I did do an increase so it will have like a V type effect on it. I've barely started on, so I have to finish this panel. You can't really tell, I don't think you can, it's right here, so I have to finish this part. But yeah, today I want to work on this. I've only been slowly working on it as I go. I feel like I've kind of got in a little bit of a crochet slump because I just have been crocheting so much recently. I feel like I made a lot of like bigger projects like sweaters and cardigans and shirts and blankets and all sorts of things. So I've kind of just been taking my time, and when I want to pick this up, I have been. I think it's gonna look amazing once it's done. Can't really tell right now. Well, yeah, you can tell the V that goes in on it. And if I add some like ribbing to it in black, I think it'll look even better. That's all I have to say about it for now. Tonight, I'm gonna continue to work on this. I haven't been watching any horror movies though, and I feel bad. It is the 7th of October right now, and I have not watched a single horror movie. Well, that's not really true, but I haven't watched horror movies like designated because it's the spooky season. I don't know. I've just been watching a lot of booktube fall vlogs. I've been loving those recently, and I've also been loving just watching my YouTube people that I need to get caught up watching. But I really need to get this done because my next project is gonna have nothing to do with crocheting. I don't know if I'll put it in a video. I think it would be kind of fun though to film. But my plan is to hopefully soon, within the next couple weeks, obviously because Halloween's coming up, to make me and my boyfriend's Terrifier costumes, because we're gonna be Terrifier and the Pale Girl for Halloween, and I'm very excited, but also at the same time I've been trying to find costumes and there's nothing that really will work, so I'm gonna have to probably make them myself. I literally have been thinking about just getting like bed sheets and making the costumes myself and hand sewing them together. I don't really know how to hand sew very well. All I know is like crocheting pieces together. So I don't know how well that would work, but I think it would be a fun experience. Maybe I'll make that video. We'll see though. No promises, because I don't even know if I'm actually gonna do that. I also might just buy a white dress or use a white dress I already have and just cut it down the middle, dye one part black, and just figure it out from there. It's also something that's really been weighing on my mind, and a lot of things that I want to do this year for Halloween that I just am not going to be able to do. There's a lot going on. I want to go see the new Terrifier movie this weekend. Next weekend I want to go to Haunt Fest. We have one weekend of really nothing, but there's also other things I would like to do, and then it's Halloween. So I kind of feel like fall has swept right by, and it's made me a little sad, but we're going to continue working on this. I'm going to quit rambling about it because I want to work on this. I've missed working on it, and I want to get back to working on it. How many times did I say working on it? I will update you guys when we get some more progress done. I was just watching Destiny's new Fall Diaries vlog, as you know, and I was working on this. I feel like two worlds just collided though, because she's talking about her fall to be watch list, and she started talking about Supernatural. I never knew she watched Supernatural. She started talking about Supernatural and how in Gilmore Girls, the guy that plays Dean is the same guy that plays Sam in Supernatural, and it's very weird. I've never seen Gilmore Girls. It's on my list to see of things, but I know it's gonna be weird because the guy that plays Sam is named Dean in Gilmore Girls, but in Supernatural, his name is Sam, and the other guy is named Dean. I know that probably makes no sense. last talked, I now have 5 hours and 39 minutes on the timer. Officially, both of the front panels are complete. I really love how it's coming out. Now it's time to start the sleeves, so I think I'm just gonna eyeball it when it comes to the sleeves and crochet them in the round. I already kind of measured a little bit. I want the sleeves to be kind of a little bit baggy but not oversized, so I think I came up to like 14 inches around that I want, and so 7 and 7, and kind of measured it with my stitch marker. So now I'm going to sew the sides together on each side, and then we'll start the sleeves. Don't know how much of this though I'm actually gonna get done because it is already like 6 p.m. So I don't know how much more of this will get done tonight, but I would at least like to have the sides sewn up and start one of the sleeves. If not finish the sleeve, but that's a really big goal. Just saw in the last clip, I ended up finishing one of the sleeves. Here she is, amazing, gorgeous, love her. I do still have the end to weave in, but I'll deal with that later. It's gonna look a little weird with what I have on right now. I got this full sleeve done, and then I started about right here to here with the third skein. And so this is 3 skeins all worked together. I did buy 6 of them, so I still have 3 left. But for 3 skeins, the fact that I almost have an entire cardigan is like really good. It is slightly cropped, I'll show it more later, but when I put the black ribbing up and around the neck, I'm really going to like this neckline. I'm very excited and happy for it. Obviously, I would not wear it with this shirt. I just got off of work and it's like almost midnight and I'm getting ready to go to bed soon. But quickly, I thought I would come in and give you guys an update on it since we're now 3 skeins in and I have 6 hours and 30 minutes exactly on the timer right now. This is really working up fast. Like if I wanted to and I would have sat down in the beginning, I probably could have done this all in a day. And knowing me, I probably would try to and then fail. If you guys have watched any of my other videos where I do time challenges, maybe tomorrow we will work on this because I don't think I have work tomorrow. We should be able to finish this cardigan tomorrow. Maybe. Don't hold me to it, but also at the same time, maybe hold me to it. Put down in the comments down below if you guys think I'm gonna finish it by tomorrow. I'm gonna go. Can you tell that I'm tired? And also like really hyped up on caffeine. I had like 2 energy drinks and like 3 coffees today. So I don't know when I'm going to go to bed, but probably sometime around anywhere from 12 to 3 p.m. I'll wake up and hopefully start working on this cardigan. Oh, wow. No, maybe one day I will think to do my hair or make sure I look presentable before I put myself on the internet. But today's not one of those days. We are going to make a coffee. Not gonna lie, don't know how this is gonna be. 1, the cold brew has been sitting in my fridge for like a week, and 2, my almond milk is completely not good. So all I had was creamer to put in here, which is gonna make it taste good, but then I'm not gonna like my normal coffee again, and then I'm just gonna want to use creamer again. Wow, it's amazing. It's sugar with a little bit of coffee. I love this cup. It's like one of those little ones, so hopefully the coffee won't hurt my stomach as much today. If you haven't already, go make yourself a little drink, a coffee maybe if you want. Get a snack or get your crochet project, and hopefully today, fingers crossed, we're gonna finish my cardigan. After I get a hairbrush, because oh my goodness. I kind of have to bring you with me to do that though. When it came time to the buttons, I didn't really know what I was doing. These were the buttons that I used. They are very small, but honestly kind of worked. Here you can kind of see my size comparison to my thumb from them. Very tiny, and I didn't have any thread, so I used embroidery floss instead. And I basically just measured it up to me, and I put in stitch markers where I thought the buttons would be perfectly, and just went from there. You guys, the cardigan is finally complete, and I am so in love with it. I haven't even tried it on yet, but I am sure that I'm going to absolutely love this piece. Here she is, all done and complete. I love it. I will of course be trying it on and sharing it with you guys once I do try it on. I have tried it on a lot, like going back and forth, making sure I like how it fits. So honestly, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my favorite crochet piece, at least wearable, that I've ever made. There's a lot that I've made that I love, but this is amazing. It was also the first time I ever put buttons on something. Don't know how to sew on a button. Well, at least I thought I didn't know how to sew on a button, but they're on there. Like they're on there. I think they add just such a great touch. I've never put buttons on a crochet piece before. I also went around and did a single crochet row in the black yarn as well. I did not put it on the sleeves though, because I just love the way the sleeves already hit right on my arm, so there was no need to do that. I thought just some black going around like the ribbing part where normal ribbing would be on a cardigan just would add to it. It's at the bottom and then it's in the center and up around the neck. Just the way the colors flow together. The piece itself is still light, but it is also with acrylic yarn, so once you wear it for a while it will get that like heat that you want a little bit to it. But I think it's gonna be absolutely perfect. The mesh stitch was such a good choice, even though I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite to actually crochet because I have to focus and make sure that I chain in between each double crochet, and then I'm putting the stitch obviously into the right space so it lines up perfectly. And I did make a couple mistakes here and there and didn't realize it until like the next row, and didn't really go back to do it, but most of it was on the back panel. I think it's not too noticeable obviously though, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying that I love how it came out because I love how it came out, and I'm sure once I try it on and actually make an outfit with it, I'm gonna love it even more. Highly recommend if you guys want to make a cardigan like this. I highly recommend. I am thinking about making a tutorial slash maybe like a kind of pattern for it. I wouldn't really make a pattern because I don't even know the first steps to even trying to write down a pattern. However, you guys cannot see it right now, but I have a tab that's in my notes app on my iPad that also syncs to my phone. I use it for every single thing that I've been crocheting, especially recently, so that way if I ever want to remake it, I'll be able to. And finally, lastly, what I'm sure a lot of you probably want to know, at least I would probably want to know if I was watching this video, how long did it take me to make this cardigan? And I'm very, very surprised. So time-wise, it only took 8 hours and 4 minutes, and that's including me sewing on the buttons as well. I did take some time, like obviously like threading the thread and stuff. And then as far as yarn goes, I used 3 full skeins of the Spooky Season shade, and then this was the 4th one that I started using. It has a decent amount out of it, but I would say it's honestly probably no more than 69 yards that I used. Each one of these is 269 yards, so doing that math, 876 yards roughly. Obviously I am guessing a little bit because of the fact that I don't know exactly how much of this I used. And then for the black yarn, I honestly could not tell you. It wasn't very much. I only did 1 row of single crochet around the main body part, and I used just leftover big twist yarn that I already have. I have bought more black yarn, but this was just what was left over and some scraps that I had, so obviously it didn't take very much of it. Maybe if we want to be technical about it, like 900 yards total to make it, and that's a rough estimate, but 900 yards to make this cardigan for me and my size I think is honestly pretty good. I absolutely love how it came out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you would give it a like so that way I know you guys want more crochet content from me in the future, and if you subscribe to my channel, that way you guys won't miss any of the crochet related content that I have. A couple more Halloween things that I'm going to be making this year, And I also have like another challenge video in mind that should be coming up very soon. So stick around for that. And with that being said, I will see you guys all in my next video.